I mean, you know my vocal journey when it was.
How's that, by the way?
Yeah, that was it's good now. It took a couple years of being really, really bad. I mean, yeah, I'll just dive right into it. When I came into, honestly, the main reason I came to Treehouse in the first place was because I'd gotten to a point with my drug use and all that stuff to where, well, for one thing, I knew it was a problem. So that's one aspect of it. But another one was I had this weird vocal condition, and I was like, okay, it's from all the drugs, so I'm going to go get sober, and it's all going to be fixed. And came out here, got sober, and it was not fixed. And it sent me down a rabbit hole of like figuring out what the hell is going on. Justin was a big part of me trying to figure that out. And it was a very depressing, horrible time because it wasn't that I just couldn't sing. I couldn't talk really, like just really struggling. Like it felt like I was just being choked, couldn't get words out. I went through all these ENTs. They're like, we don't know what's wrong. Everything looks healthy. Like, it's in your mind. And then it's like, well, this is messed up. I cannot find answers. What's going on? I'm going to mess up my brain. Whatever. I ended up getting a diagnosis of it being called Spasmodic Dysphonia, which it is a neurological condition. And I still don't have clear answers on it, but it's a neurological issue that like causes spasms inside of your laryngeal muscles over here to where you have no control over it. It just like locks up at random times. But the more I've learned about it and where I'm at now, it is an emotional trauma type of thing that causes a physical response. But that was a horrible couple of years. They told me basically I would never be able to heal it and that I would be stuck doing these like injections to try and fix it. Like for anybody trying to understand what it was, the only other person I know that's in the limelight that has came out that they have it is RFK. That's his vocal condition is that. So it was what he's dealing with is what I was dealing with. And for me personally, when I cleaned up and got sober long enough and was doing all the extra stuff and I just would not take no for an answer. And I did everything in my power to fix it. And it's only been about a year now that I've been able to sing and speak again. Like, it was freaking crazy. And it's a part of my story. Now, I've touched on it a little bit, but I don't think the reason I'm going more into it now is because Justin was there. And he can actually understand it was freaking crazy. And my life has been such a radical journey. And that's a part of it that like I don't like thinking about, but now I'm with the right person talking about it to give it light. It was messed up for a couple of years to where I couldn't speak, I couldn't sing, I couldn't nothing, and I was able to overcome it, but only very recently.
You were in a dark place around it, man.
I was like
dark thoughts.
Super. It came to a point to me where I was like, you have this gift from God, and like you are not doing the right things in your life right now. I'm gonna take this away from you until you figure it out. That's what it seemed like to me. Like, because it was bad. But now I just do the extra effort now, and I do all the vocal stuff, and everything's healthy. Now it's more so just gaining the confidence back. Like, I'm very timid still when I sing, but I used to hide behind alcohol and substances to combat that. It's always been a part of me, but now I just dive into it. It's like, it's another thing to conquer. But yeah, it was gnarly.
Since I've known you, that was the most like clean and pure I've heard your voice. I mean, it's incredible. So, dude, remember when we first talked about this? Like, we're here now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
You figured it out,
and that's why that's kind of where it comes from. Where I was saying earlier on, I want to see how good I can get. It was more so like because I've seen that like with the consistent effort, I was literally able to get from not being able to freaking talk to being back to singing to being back to performing. I'm like, okay, well, get out what you put in. I'm gonna keep putting in and see how much further.
How good of a singer can you?
yeah, I don't know. Like I still got a lot of work to do. I study myself. I could be a better performer, but there's no skipping the steps. You got to go figure it out.
Yeah.
You got to go figure it out.
You're working with a vocal coach now?
Yeah. I mean, I just saw one in person the other day. We live in a world now where you have all the information you need in your hands. So I've been doing a lot of it on my own, but now that I have a little bit more resources, and now that I've been doing everything I can. It took me on a journey literally around the world to try and figure this out. I went to Australia, I went to doctors here, doctors in Hawaii, and I came to a point where I'm certain I conquered whatever that was going on, whether it was what they told me I had or not. It was real. It was real to me, and it's something that I had to overcome, and now I did.
That's amazing, because it's not supposed. So there's a couple of things here that I think are interesting. One is that, I mean, you sounded and had all the exact same things that you were multiple times. People said that's what this is. You were told it wasn't something that could be fixed.
Yeah.
And then you don't have any signs of it now, which there's people spending their whole lives trying to figure this out.
Yeah, that's why it's a touchy subject, because I don't even I want to give people hope for it too. You know what I mean? Because it's horrible going, and it seems to be something that affects performers more so, but you don't hear people talking about it. But,
so is there any
public speakers? Is
there anything that you could tell people that are going through it that maybe is there something you did? I mean, I know what you stopped doing.
Yeah.
But is there more?
It was a lot of different things, because there's the emotional part of it and the neurological part of it. You gotta, just don't. It's freaking a hard one to try and give guidance on, because I know for anyone that's going through it, if they do hear this, it fucking sucks, and there is no real clear answer. But do not listen to the fact that there's no cure for it, because I am 100% living proof that there is. And what I did to get to that point, it was a plethora of different things. On the emotional side, I went through extensive therapy and all that kind of stuff. On the actual physical part of my brain side, I did a lot of healing too. I had to clean up my act. And I went the extra mile. I was doing all the extra stuff. And so for me, when I noticed it healed, was right after I got my back surgery. I went extra hard on self-care and everything. And at the same time, I was continuing I'm going to keep trying to figure out this voice thing. I'm going to keep seeing people, blah, blah, blah. I did everything to heal my back, which was also stuff to heal my brain, which was also the better I started feeling about myself, and the more I started loving myself and realizing okay, I can, and I am. It's relatable, and I don't want to take away from people's experiences with heavier conditions, say a cancer or stuff like that. But you hear people just do not give into the fear of it. It's you can beat it 100%. It's just one of those things. It's a personal journey, but you can 100%. That's how I'm gonna put it. There's nothing in particular where I'm that's exactly what worked for me, but you can find what works for you, and it will work. I don't know. And it sucks. I wish I had a clear answer to say.
We got to wrap this up here in a minute, but what were the modalities you were doing for your back that may have, I'm such a curious guy, right? I have a scientific sort of brain in a way. What were you doing?
When I got my back surgery afterwards, I was going to this place in Del Mar Wellness, I think it was called. And it was, and then also I was doing so over there, I was doing hyperbaric therapy. I was doing red light therapy, and I was doing that CVAC chamber, pretty religious regimen I was on. And at the same time, I was working with wave neuro, which is, TMS therapy?
Transcranial magnetic
stimulation. Yeah, so I was on a daily regimen, bouncing between all of those every single day for a few months. And I would tell you, I was felt the best I ever felt in my life was after that. And a couple months in is when and then also at the same time, I was still religiously searching up answers for this spasmodic thing and getting different answers from different doctors and different vocal coaches and just freaking trying everything. And I started to see progress slowly, and I was like, holy crap, okay, I can.
Was it happening? Was it the progress happening as you were doing hyperbaric and all that? Like
a couple months. That's why I don't. For me, like the levels I took the drug use to was like, I don't think people realize how, like, I 100% was messing up my brain. Like, it was not the average use. It was, so I was coming at it from a standpoint like, I've messed up something in my brain. I'm going to try to fix my brain. So I knew that the TMS therapy was something that was awesome. I knew hyperbaric treatment was something that was awesome. So I think it was a combination of both, like bringing my body back to homeostasis so then I could conquer like the other parts of the condition, which might have been like the fear and emotion and stuff like that.
So I think this is really important information, Landon, because I think there's people, I mean, think about how much you looked for an answer for this.
Yeah, no, that's why I really do want to be the vessel to help people out with it. And it's something that I still need to, all I can tell you is at the time, for me personally, that I got better. I was doing the hyperbaric, I was doing the red light, I was doing that CVAC chamber, and I was doing TMS therapy. And then also along with that, I was working like I bought a vocal coach like online regimen that I was just making sure I was just retraining those muscles to work healthily again, healthily again. I was doing all of that stuff every single day. And it was the first time I was like, holy moly, I can sing again. What the heck? Like, I can talk again. This is actually working.